That group that started the fourth quarter, what was the feeling like, watching and feeling that comeback that they made from down 30?
Yeah, they did great. We needed some juice. The game wasn't really going on our side, and they stepped up big. They went in there and they competed and played really hard and gave us a chance to come back in the game.
You guys, for most of the first half, were able to keep Steph and Hield in check, but it was some of the other guys. Defensively, did you feel like you had in the first half kind of executed how you wanted to force, the Meltons and those guys to try to beat you?
Yeah. We was throwing everything we had on their main guys, and their other guys stepped up, and we gotta give credit to them. But we just gotta go back and get better on that side. But whenever the other guys, not the main guys, having a good game like that, we just gotta tip our hat off and give it to them.
Kind of a follow-up on that game kind of got away from you guys in the second quarter with them hitting 9 threes. Was it just that you guys were paying a little bit too much attention to those main guys with Steph and Buddy?
I would say they was just making good reads, and they was getting, a couple of them was tough shots. Like I said, the guys that had the ball the most made some good reads, and the guys made a lot of shots.
It seemed like a lot of confusion happened with that kind of interaction with you and Draymond, where you guys get the free throw and then he gets the flailing, whatever that thing was. Just kind of from your point of view, how'd that all go down?
It was just competing. I don't think he meant to hit me in my head. He just threw his arm in the air trying to sell the foul. I did grab them, so. I think he was just trying to sell the foul and hit me. I don't think he meant to do it on purpose.
Yeah, how difficult is it to bounce back when something like that, like what happened with Chet, happens, like in the moments after, to refocus as a player? You got two different things. You've got what's happened to your teammate physically, and then you've got how you have to adjust as a team defensively. Do you feel that you guys handled both of those things?
It's always tough to see one of our guys go down. He's been working hard, and it's always tough to see somebody get hurt. And it's tough because we've been game planning with him on the floor as well. But at the end of the day, it's just the next man up. We just gotta keep our head up, and the next guy up gotta be ready. Credit to everybody that played tonight. Everybody competed, and our hope Chess get better.
Lou, how difficult is it out there on the floor without really anybody over 6'6"? I mean, the whole center rotation being out.
It's not easy. We just got to do everything we got to do to get the rebounds and just really play it harder and do everything we got to do to limit them to one shot. It's not easy, obviously. It would be easier if we had a big man out there with us. But like I said, it's the next man up. Everybody that plays, got to be ready to play hard to compete.
There's a lot of arenas in the NBA that a team gets down by 20, 25 plus, and it empties out, and that's about the end of the night. Can you talk about how much energy the Oklahoma City crowd gave you guys in that fourth quarter when you guys made your run?
Yeah, they gave it a lot of love, a lot of juice. I mean, we was down, the game wasn't going nowhere, and when we started making a couple shots, we're just hearing the crowd behind us, I guess give us more power, and that's just the type of fans we have, good or bad, they're always gonna stick with us, and that's why we love them so much.
What about the mentality of this team? Because here you guys are down 30, the Warriors are sitting some of their people. You guys are about to go into a back-to-back. Y'all could have just chilled, waited till tomorrow. But y'all fought back in there. Where does that come from in terms of y'all's mental approach?
Just it's a 48-minute game. You got to play the whole game. Like I said, credit to the guys that played the start of the fourth. They really brought us back in the game, and their heads, they didn't give up, and they kept competing to bring us back in the game, which they did a good job of that. So like I said, we just got to play the whole game.
Lou, how would you grade y'all's transition defense so far this season, and kind of what goes into being so good on that end?
I don't know what to grade it. Just I always feel like we've been good at it. There's some nights we've been better or whatever. We're always looking for some room to improvement, but that's just our game plan and how we play, and some of the guys that we have on the floor that's able to run back and communicate. Room for improvement, but we've been decent so far.
Had some young guys the first time to face Golden State. What is about their offense that makes it difficult especially when they're hitting threes? They had 13 at halftime. What is it that makes it tough to cover up those shooters?
They just make the good reads. We trying to take out their main players, and when they have their plan B guys, making a lot of tough shots, that's when it's hard. Like I said, we tried everything to do we wanted to do to stop their main players, and the other guys got going, and just gotta give a lot of credit to them when they're making shots like that.
You talk to young guys, because sometimes when people hit threes, you can kind of get down on yourself a little bit mentally. Is that something that you got to watch the young guys to maybe keep themselves up, that, hey, they're going to hit a few, but you got to keep coming?
Yeah. Obviously, they've been watching that team for a long time. They know that team is always going to hit a lot of threes. But in our group, we just had to keep competing. As basketball, they gonna make shots, and we just gotta keep playing our way and do everything we gotta do to come back in the game.
Anybody else? Go, Andrew. Can I have the last one to Lou?
Have you had many conversations with AJ? He's kind of in a similar position that you've been in, and that a lot of other guys were in, being on a two-way, and then played really well out of the gate. And just have you had many conversations with him about that journey?
I had a couple conversations. Like you said, we both started as a two-way, but the way that his story started was way different than mine. I give a lot of credit. He was way more ready than I was, and we can see it on the floor. And the only thing I'm telling him is to keep doing what he's doing, and then it's going to pay off. You can only control what you can control, and go out there and play out and compete and show that you belong, and then everything else is going to take care of.
What makes you say that he's more ready than you were?
He's playing. I wasn't playing when I first started. When I first started as a two-way.
Well, whenever you first got to the team, you did play a lot down the stretch of that season.
Yeah, when the season started, I didn't really play, which he's playing, and he has a lot of minutes.
Okay.
He feels way more comfortable on the court than I did when I first started myself. But give a lot of credit to them. I know he spent a lot of years in college, and he's way more ready than I was. But like I said, just tell him to keep doing what he's doing.
Thank you, Lou.